as you slam into his eye for way more than it had left. All right. He also loses true sight, and he's now only relying on tremor sense.
All the Jets push up their sleeves and go, right.
Damaging to his eyes and such. You did. $120, you said, yes?
No.
1, 2, 3,
no.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, no.
Oh, healing points.
No.
7, 8, 9,
This is great.
10, 11, 12.
Oh, no.
Cool, that was from your 120 damage.
Yeah.
Before that, you did, what is this, 51? That was 51, so there's another 5. 1, 2, 3,
Healing points.
4, 5. I'll take away one of those because it wasn't actually 120, it was 112 because radiant shit. So that's how much you just did. Wham, wham. And then you did another 50, was it? 50. You did 50 onto that, so that's another 5. There we go.
Fuck.
So these are your revenge tokens that he can cash in to deal a 1d6 damage for each one.
To me or to just
you?
you? To
1d6.
These are your revenge tokens, which, as an eldritch domain, he can use revenge to cast to do all of this in a d6 damage.
Oh, no.
How much damage is that, sorry?
A lot.
Well, it's less than I did to Hermione.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, because
Significantly less, yeah.
you're doing 10 points of damage for each of these. Each 10 damage you do to him, he gives you one of these.
1d6.
But I guess he's going to average
Each one
3
is
on each of those.
Each one is 3.5 average.
I'm reading 10 on each of them. But that's
Yeah, guys, how much you did to him.
Yeah.
And then for each of these tokens, I roll a d6 and you take that much damage. It's an average of 7 for each one of these.
Okay.
So it could be about 60 damage.
7, 14,
Roughly
21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 60, what's that, what did I say? 56, 63, 70, 73.5 damage on average. That you'll take when he takes his Eldritch Domain action. Cool. That is your whole turn, Bodger. Anything else? Your movement? You haven't used movement?
I mean, this is the same classic thing where I go, that makes sense for me to be right here.
Yeah, kind of does, doesn't it?
Yep.
All right, you stay in there then. End of your turn. He is all out of legendary actions, I believe, because he used Eldritch Domain. All right, end of your turn. He's got no legendary actions left. He's used all 4 this round, I believe, but the tentacles still can do their thing. This tentacle, let's see. This tentacle is going to try and reduce something from you. You've got Hero's Feast and all sorts of bullshit. The tentacle is going to attack you, Bodger. What's your armor class again?
It is 17.
12 plus 17 is going to hit then. So he's going to deal wrapping. He's going to wrap around you. The tentacle hits you and does. Keep forgetting how much it is. 2d6 plus 7. So its bludgeoning is 5 plus 7 is 12 halved because you're raging 6 points of bludgeoning.
6 points of bludgeoning.
6 points of bludgeoning and another 4 points of acid. And then it grapples you. It can't pull you because you're too big for that. So it's going to use disappear. And it's going to roll to see what level of spell it can make you disappear on you.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Where the hell are all my d4s?
No.
Don't know where all my d4s are. I'll find them again later. Oh shit! I rolled max. I rolled a 4 on the d4 and a 6 on the d6. I got a 10.
No.
So he can dismiss a level 10 feature or less,
No.
which includes your legendary giant potion.
Use your
You could do that. He could also your legendary hammer. You could dispel the thunder damage.
Oh, okay.
or-
Well, not a massive deal.
No, he's going to go.
That's a big level.
Yeah, he's going to dispel the potion of giant size.
I would rather you didn't. That's quite important.
Second hero point token cashed in. As it starts to, you start to feel the potion getting sapped from your system, and you just heroically just push through. Your constitution's just too strong for that.
Your man.
It's not yours, it's mine! You'll have to try harder than that, like a crack.
That was the
That's a
appendage's
load of bullshit,
turn.
by the way. That,
Yeah.
Whatever that shit is.
He's the Dark Lord of Magic, essentially. He knows how to
Dark load of bullshit.
to utilize it. All right, that is the end of his turn. It is now Ally's turn. Technically Laerthil's, but he's doing his thing, just cowering, essentially. Allies, who's going to take the ally roll this turn?
I shall take it.
She'll take it.
Yeah, he's doomed us all.
What? Can we? I want to think about the logic of this.
Okay, wait. Is Rob going to choose? Are you going to choose?
I'm choosing how much,
Okay, let's
how many
choose, and then
points I'm going to spend.
Like, the amount of it almost makes
Chosen.
sense to just not try and spend any hero points to win, because
if you don't spend any hero points and I win the fight, then I get the benefits of the aberrations are starting to win, and I get bonuses the next round.
They go on top of each other as they stack. You were saying.
You do know from winning the last one, you know that if I win this one, I'll only get 5 points to my pool, so it's not the worst thing to lose this one.
If we win this one, do we get more? Or do you
if you win this one, you get 5 points. And something else.
The extra thing.
You've already chosen.
Okay.
I think we go big or go home, because I think he wants to kill out any chance of a streak. Is my gut. Like,
is it a streak or is
it's not in a row? It's just.
But also
as
remember,
you're winning as many as you
want.
Let's say he wants to win this and he's bet big. He's bet 40 or something, and we bet nothing. Then he loses 40.
I lose 40.
He loses 40, and we lost nothing. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. If there was no stacking, then
make a choice. How many points you're spending?
It's like it's hard.
The
point of the game is to win a little bit of points back. Well, that's not actually the point, is it? The point of the game is to get the benefits, the unknown benefits.
There are benefits from however many cumulative wins that you get, that your allies or aberrations get. There are benefits to the thing, and there are more narrative repercussions to the world at large as well. Because if you win, but the aberrations won 6 rounds in a row, then that's going to have a Pyrrhic victory sort of on the world. You might get the good ending of the game, but you've also kind of f***ed the world.
I say we add nothing, and we let him lose a bunch of points.
Could do so.
Because I think he'll be.
Ben, it's your choice. You're the one making the decision.
Yeah, because I was thinking, maybe I spent a little bit that's kind of pointless. I'll just spend nothing.
0.
17.
Okay, 17. I can't lose because I bet 26.
Nice.
Nope, didn't show.
So
26.
he lost 26 points. We lost.
Yep, I'm down to
26 is the max.
I am down to. Huh?
Did you say 26 is the max?
No, I said I lost. I bet 26.
Oh, I bet 26.
So I chose 26 to add to my roll. Can't lose to a 17, obviously. So so the aberrations win this round, and because they are starting to push back against your allies, there's tentacles and things. Some of the bullywug frogs are getting absolutely ripped apart, and sap of energy. I regained 5. But I have ultimately lost 21 points to that round.
Yeah, that's good.
That was good. That was a good play.
But that is one win towards me.
Yeah.
Was your 26 on top of your roll?
Yes,
that you
I would roll and add 26.
Right, but then you just detracted 26, would you not? Oh, so the roll doesn't count as the
roll isn't distracting. You could be like, I'm going to bet 10, and then I bet 20, and you actually win because you roll higher than me.
Yeah, right.
So now he's. We don't know what pool he has, but we're playing smart here, and he's losing lots of points from his pool.
He's lost 40 odd points now.
Yeah.
That is your allies. As things are happening around the place, we'll go to the top of the round. Eldritch Domain, before anything else. I wonder which he's going to use. I think he's going to use...
Revenge.
He's going to cash in 21 chits against you to roll 21 d6 damage. Unblockable.
Oh, it's unblockable.
72. You take 72 revenge damage. Go. On there.
Block.
72 damage off you.
Block. 7 blocks.
Thankfully, with the 440,
is the only thing that blocks.
Thankfully, with a 440 max or whatever it was, it's going to be very difficult for him to hit massive damage on you and do half of that in a single thing.
That would have killed me outright.
Right.
Because I assume that's half the damage.
So I'm down to 189
No,
now?
not halved.
Okay.
72 is forced.
Sounds big, but it's getting down there.
It's getting down there.
So give me the heels.
Okay, 72, that was his Eldritch Domain triggered. Then it is his actual turn. And his turn, let's see, what is he going to do? He is going to use his...
in a ball and go.
You know what? He doesn't like that you've been squirreling away in there, shooting arrows and things. So he's going to use...
Return.
And I need you to make a DC 26 charisma saving throw.
Uh-oh, Ben's got to roll a dice.
Don't bother rolling.
You can't beat 26.
5 plus 2, 7.
He's got +2. He teleports you to within 30 feet of him. He is going to choose right next to him there.
Oh.
And then he's going to use his second action to drink and make an attack against you. What's your AC?
Yeah.
I think I'm safe in this house. As long as I can stay hidden, then... Oh!
Blinded, yes, so he does have disadvantage. Thank you for the reminder. Disadvantage on the attack. That is an 11 plus 16, 27 to hit.
Disadvantage?
That was 13 or an 11. That is going to hit you. You are going to take some damage. And which one is he going to do? Health or spellcasting? You've got spell slots, right?
Nope.
Oh, what's that over there? My name is Bobby.
I think you were looking for Bob, not Bob, Bob. Bob.
Help him out.
Oh, and,
help
you
him
get,
out.
and if he sucks your spellcasting, then you don't have enough slots to Maddening Darkness, maybe.
Yeah, and I was
All right,
totally
make
going
a
to do that
spellcasting.
too.
Make a spellcasting save. So your spellcasting modifier as an arcane trickster is intelligence. So make an intelligence saving throw.
Sweet. Not too bad. 3.
Bob's back, baby.
All right.
Good rolls.
3 total.
9 total.
Cool.
No.
So, firstly, from the teeth. You are going to take 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 piercing.
Okay.
And then you failed the spellcasting save, so he's going to drink, instead of drinking hit points, he's going to drink spell slots from you. So he gets to sap away your spell slots. He's going to sap away how many? 2 plus 2. 4 levels worth of spell slots. You get to mark them off as you see fit.
So
But 4 levels worth is gone.
Mark off all the ones because you'd be able to upcast level 1 spells.
Yeah, just all the. Yeah.
Yeah, true. And they're all a bit shit, to be honest, anyway. So.
Okay, 4 levels worth of spell slots drink from you. That was his second action. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Sure can.
But aren't you good at perception?
You got reliable talent with perception, right?
Oh, yeah, reliable talent. So 5 plus 14, 24.
5 goes to
5 to 10, and then plus 14, 24.
24. Okay, you don't see it.
no.
You, as he tongue lashes out, grabs you, sucks you in for a bite. That was all he can do with those 2 actions. But I feel like he needs to pick up the pace a bit. He doesn't like the fact that you just blinded him and that thing's happening, so he is going to take another action, a third action. How is he going to do that? Well, you
He
see,
gets to decide how many actions he has.
he kind of does, because you see he has some tokens.
What are those?
I
Anybody-
have no idea.
Nobody
I don't know what
recollects-
this is, guys.
Nobody
Move
recollects
on.
why he might have collected some tokens across the
Move
entire
on.
campaign?
Wouldn't-
Anybody want to hazard a guess?
What?
Anybody want to hazard a guess as to how many times you have cashed in these tokens over the campaign?
I would say it would be low. It would be like 15 or 20.
I would have 10.
No way. That's way
To
too many.
cash in means it flips, flip.
How many
flip,
times has he
flip,
flipped his
flip.
tokens?
Cash it in.
Yeah, he's cashed in tokens
would
by
be 5.
using them.
Oh, was it?
I reckon I would have done.
I thought it was every time you got to the end, then you got to do
Then
something.
he
could
gets to
also
cash in
cash
5.
in- I
But
could
one
also
time he
cash
actually
in.
cashed in just 1 as well.
Yeah, I think that'll be at least one time I cashed.
And then
in
I think he cashed. I've got them here. What it's written
one.
down.
I would say like 17.
17. Wow, I've totally.
Well, that's 15.
Yeah.
It's 21.
Really?
32.
22.
Yeah, these fucking eyes.
20. 25.
No, because no.
That is 30.
Sick.
Oh, Jesus.
That is 35.
My honest first
have-
guess was like 4.
Do I get a hero?
Like,
Do
what?
I get a
I
hero
don't
token
remember
for
you
being quite
doing
close?
No, 'cause there were a bunch of times when I was like, Calfac, take the
So
wheel.
these are
and I got
good.
crits.
These are good for us, though, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, because they give me critical attack.
Perfect. Yes. So that you get all them back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Eldritch Luck. As he is in the mortal realms, he has a bunch of eldritch bullshit he can do using the things that you've powered up. So you spent 5 to crit with an Eldritch Blast on the Frost Giant in episode 55.
Yeah.
You spent 1 to get a +1 on your attack against the Frost Giant, episode 56. You spent 5 to get a crit on an Eldritch Blast against Bavlorna, episode 75. 5 on a crit with a short bow against the Stone Giant, episode 105. 5 to get an epic finishing blow on your Birthday Mammoth. So you've powered him up 5 points just
I
to
see
kill a
what
mammoth.
that's- right.
Episode 133.
Sick.
5 of them
worth
you
it,
spent. 5 of them you spent to get a crit with your short bow on Crick Nickelzoon, episode 170.
Who?
the Cloud Giant with the mask.
Right.
5 to get a crit with your short bow in the first fight against Enderlin, which proved out to be futile because she didn't die that day. So
Cool.
thanks for those 5.
Cool.
5 to maintain your concentration on mental prison on Barradoon as Witherbob. And then Kelethak, during that Wither fight, spent 1 of his own against you. So overall, 35 tokens that he gets to use in this fight. He hasn't wanted to use them yet, but now he's going to. He's going to spend 5 of them to take an additional action. He is going to take the Power action. Power. And he is going to cast a level 8 spell Maze on you.
No. Okay.
He is
Block.
aware of where you are with Tremor Sense.
Net 20.
Nat 20 on the block. That's very good. If this asked for a save, this might work. Let me pull it up and read what Maze does.
Hopefully it's a, save of some description.
Maze. There's a reason he cast it on you as well.
Maze.
Big dumb barbarian.
Make some bread with.
it's that version.
It's that type of maze.
You banish a creature you can see into a within range into a labyrinthine demiplane. He can't technically see you, but he has got tremor sense, so he knows where you are. He's going to use that on you. You get banished into a labyrinthine demiplane. Around you is this crazy maze. The target remains there for the duration of the spell.
Now it's up to Bob.
The target remains there for the duration of the spell or until it escapes the maze. The target can, on its turn, use its action to attempt to escape. And when you do so, you make a DC 20 intelligence check. So on your turn, you'll make an intelligence check, which is a -1. And you have to get a 20 with a -1. So you have to roll a 21 to succeed on escaping the maze.
Wait. On the D20.
Let me just check.
There's a reason he chose you.
Is it a concentration check?
It is a concentration spell. So he's concentrating on the maze with you for the next 10 minutes. As he casts it, you're in the ethereal plane. You see the brain. You see it start to focus in. You can tell that it's kind of like crackling. You can see the energy between the different neurons, the synapses. You can tell that he's concentrating on a spell. But yes, otherwise, if nobody can break his concentration or dispel the effect with dispel magic or something, you will be in this maze for the next 10 minutes.
What the f***? Do you want to see me behind the DM screen? Well, we've got an exclusive one-shot over on Viva Plus where I am running the game. If you want to see it, it's on Viva Plus right now. The link's in the description below, vivaplus.tv, and you can see how I rule the table.
Whatever you're thinking, do it.
All right.
I blocked it.
Power, you are teleported to a different plane of existence. He's teleported you to him and Bit. I think that's all he's going to want to do with that. Then he's going to bonus action. Let's see. He's going to Eldritch Blast. Can you see Greg? You're there. The tentacle over there. Going to slam an Eldritch Blast at you. Disadvantage because of blind. That is going to be not great. 8 plus 70. 8 plus 15 is 23.
And my thing is 24.
23 is and 24 misses. So he's going to spend one of these to add one to the roll. And make it 24, which hits.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. He's got a lot of things he can do.
I think we should just take those away, actually.
Yeah, so 24 hits. Eldritch Blast, you get hit for this much, plus 7. That is 16 points of damage. And you are pushed 10 feet back this way. You can push him into the wall. You're going to take an extra bludgeoning as you slam into the wall. You're going to take another 4 points of bludgeoning damage from being pushed into the wall.
So 20 total?
Yeah, and then are you not concentrating on anything?
No.
Cool. I think that's it then. He's done his bonus action. That's Lakatek's turn. Bob, you're up.
What's up, dog?
Your time to shine, Bob.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
This is a feature called Help. I went through all of when you first went Awakened Mind to Crazy Bob back in the Dead Frost, and you got like a list of thousands of words that are rolling around his brain. I went through that list of words and gave each one like a ability that he can do, if you haven't picked up on that already. Help. Cool, what do? You are next to him.
Fucking, if we move away from him, because he's blinded, does he still get opportunity attacks?
Theoretically, yes, I think he would, because theoretically he needs to be able to see to take an opportunity attack because he's got tremor sense, he knows you're moving away, so he would lash out in that direction knowing you're moving away.
Okay.
It would be at disadvantage because he's blind, but he'd still be able to make the attack. I reckon do it, he's probably going to miss you, right?
Yeah, probably. I'm just trying to think, because I wasn't planning on being right up next to him. But I get advantage on all attacks against him, eh?
You do. And you've got PSE short swords with a +5 on each one.
Yeah. I think I'd just say f it and attack him.
Okay.
I mean,
I think so.
It'd be nice if someone else to do something.
You could stab him. You could stab him with your short swords, and then bonus action with your offhand short sword as well.
Yeah,
both of which have a +5 to hit and +10 damage.
Yeah. But I can sneak attack.
If you have advantage on the... Oh, you do have the advantage, yeah. So you'd get sneak attack on the first, and then you'd just offhand the second.
Yeah, okay.
If you wanted.
And then
sharing one dice between you.
It's the Viva Deadly dice.
Yeah, we needed more of them so that each of you could have them then.
Oh.
What are you
Misty
doing?
Step as a bonus action, so I could attack and then Misty Step the fuck out.
You fucking could,
You could.
Don't forget about your mage hand as well.
Yeah.
Do
Where is he?
it. Do it. Do something. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna sneak attack him.
All right. So you've got advantage on the attack. Your eyes are all bloody already. You're going to try and stab in.
Sorry.
Because he casts maze on you, you are removed from the sticky goo from his eyes, so you're no longer restrained by that.
Oh, yeah.
12 plus
Double digits, my man.
With advantage.
Beaver dice.
Viva does.
What's this?
13?
13
plus
plus
modifier.
16.
13
my
plus
short sword?
16 for your short sword. Yeah, so that's going to do it. 29 hits.
Sure.
Roll damage. You get sneak attack. And this is aiming for his body.
1.
Yes, I am the one. Okay, 2, 4, 6. No, hang on. 2, 4,
10.
8.
No, 8. Jesus fucking Christ. Two brains.
Come on,
8,
guys.
12, 18, 20, 23. What is that?
29.
29.
35.
34.
34. 39.
Huh?
39.
What?
34 plus
And we'll be right back after these.
So
messages.
before this game session, I was like, hey, everybody, you're going to be rolling a lot of dice for damage and stuff this level. You want to maybe get a dice app.
Big
Rowan
time.
was like, yeah, I'll get a dice
time.
app because I've got all that. I was like, hey, Ben, you want to get a dice app for all your sneak attack? He's like, no, I'm going to roll them.
Yeah.
He made that conscious choice.
Yeah.
And you
dice
got a
are fun.
total of?
Dice are fun. It's more fun than good.
Total of
39.
39
plus 10.
Plus 10, 49 damage.
49 damage.
Which is
Not bad.
one shy of 50, so you only get 4 of these
Oh,
tokens.
okay.
Not
I did
5.
120 of it.
All right. 49 points of sneak attack damage with your first attack.
And then
49 onto
my
there
offhand attack would be
is-
a bonus, eh?
Offhand would be a bonus
Yeah,
action
so I
to
use that
stab
bonus
him again.
instead to Misty Step the out of there.
Okay, you don't get any more damage tokens. You're going to try and Misty Step. He's going to cast Counterspell as a reaction.
Ben!
What have you done, Ben?
Misty
silly little boy.
You mark off the Misty Step as if it is used, because it is used. You Misty Step, you turn into mist, and then he's going to Counterspell that.
Misty Step. Oh, what? Why'd that not work? Counterspell? No, you can't do that. Rob, can he do that? Rob? You can.
And your mist comes right on back, baby.
You've used his reaction at least, though.
You missed.
And we're only here on the initiative, so he has no
Did
reaction,
miss.
right? Oh. Missed. Nice.
LOL!
All right. That is you. That is the end of your turn. Bonus action. You've still got movement, technically. If you want to just run.
Right. I mean,
You would have a disadvantage on the attack against you.
yeah, fuck it.
Oh, in fact, he's just used a reaction, so he
Oh,
can't
yeah,
take an
so
attack
can't.
against you.
Ha 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 ha.
All right, so as you leave his melee range, he uses one of these to get another reaction, and he's going to take an attack at you.
Right.
That's
You
right.
brought this upon yourself.
Help
Bob.
tokens. He can spend X number to add X to a roll, so he can spend 30 of them to add 30 to a roll if he needs. He can spend 1 token to take an additional reaction. He can take 4 tokens to, 5 tokens to take an additional action from his list. So that's the ones you've worked out so far. He can do things with 2, 3, 4, and 6 as well. All right, so he takes another reaction to reach out and grab you with his bite attack. He is going to disadvantage because he's blind against you, blinded rage. So that's a 16 or a 10. 10 plus 16 is 26. 26 hits. Make me a perception check, please.
Perception?
Yeah, perception check.
Bob.
6, 10, plus 14, 24.
24 is good, but not good enough. A snake eyes on the 2d10, so you only take 10 points of piercing damage. He whips you out with his tongue and whips you back into melee range with him. Bites you, and then I need a, let's see, con or spellcasting save. I reckon we'll go con this time, see if we can get some of the hit points back. DC 25 Constitution saving throw, please.
Don't roll.
9 plus 4, 32.
That is
32? Yeah, 32.
10 plus 9, 19. You lose 19 hit points. He regains 19 hit points.
Great. So that was
Isn't 9 and 4 94?
94.
Mark off the 19 hit points. That's this. He regains some hit points from sucking it from you.
Was that a net negative? No, I still did more damage to him. That's good.
That's your turn. That was his reaction at the end of your turn. Now it is his legendary actions. He's going to, let's see, trigger Eldritch Domain, I think.
Jesus Christ.
He's going to trigger Eldritch Domain. Does he try and I can't get a bodger now because you're in a maze. He could try and.
We've done a lot. We've done. What have I done?
Greg, how much health you got? You're looking good. You haven't taken much damage.
Much damage. I'm above half.
Cool.
That's what
Then he's going to use Annihilate on you.
I
with
mean,
his Eldritch
just
Domain.
below half.
Legendary action. He's going to use two. He's going to use two of his legendary actions to trigger his Eldritch Domain. He's going to use Arcane Annihilation, cast Disintegrate.
What have I done?
From his appendage.
What have you done?
Are you serious?
I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Please be high. Please, for the love of God, be high.
You're going to want to roll high because it's above average.
13 plus what? Dex?
That won't be a 25, I think it is.
No, that won't be it.
18.
Wait, how is that ever going to be? Wait, what?
You need to. What's your dex save total? Like, what's your dex save modifier?
Modifier is +1.
Yeah, you're never going to make it. 83 points of force damage to you.
80? Oh! I'm down.
You're down to 0?
Yeah.
All right, so down to 0 as this tentacle turns around. And
Sorry. What? What? This is the ethereal plane.
no, that one.
Oh, there's one behind the fucking tree. Through the fucking tree. I can't see it through the tree.
It can't see it. Doesn't count. It used hide on the that tentacle by the fountain. Disintegrate comes out from it with its arcane annihilation domain. Takes you to 0 hit points. Disintegrate says when your creature is reduced to 0 hit points, they are turned to dust. So there is no body to rejuvenate. Luckily, your ass tattoo.
Yeah.
Life says when you are reduced to 0, you instead go to 1. So you are almost reduced to dust, but taken to 1 hit point instead.
Yeah, no, I'm not feeling good about what's just happened.
That was the end of
one
Your
HP.
turn, just fucking 700 hit points up to the fucking gods.
That was 2 Eldritch Domain
he needs to come
things.
back
Then
so I
he's
can
got
use it.
his Tentacle attack. Tentacle is going to go,
Okay, let
and
me
the
go first,
ethereal
yeah.
one is going to go and attack you.
What have you done?
The ethereal.
What have I done? Watch the fucking replay, mate.
All right. The ethereal one is going to whip close enough to just make sure that he can get you, and then with disadvantage because it's considered blind still. Nat 20 or 2. 2 plus 17, I think it is. 2 plus 17, 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits. Can you do any sorcery bullshit to make him fail or anything?
I think I will do sorcery, but I need to get a 3, don't I?
I don't know, what's your AC? What's your
18.
DC? 18, so you need to reduce him by 2. He's got a 19 to hit, you need to take him to a 17.
Great, okay. So I need to roll a 2 or better.
Sure.
Let's do it. 2.
2. So it reduces his attack from 19 to 17, which misses. He's going to add 1 on to make it hit. Mark off the sorcery points from Ben Luck.
Made them use a
Good
thing,
one,
so.
Bob.
You basically spent. You basically spent sorcery points to make him use up one of his tokens.
Yeah, which I'm not super unhappy about.
He hits you still in the ethereal plane. He is going to deal the damage with rap. That is going to be. That is going to be 6 plus 7 is 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Resistant to anything or anything you can do with that cloak, that robes. Nothing. I can't remember.
I don't think
I can't fully remember what your.
Let me quickly check. I'll do 13 for now.
13 bludgeoning and then another 10, another 4 points of acid.
Not something acid. Didn't you say something acid? We've Hero's Feast. Oh no, it's poison.
Poison. So 4 points of acid.
Sorry, so Ron just wrote a note. What has Greg done? At the top of his-
What do I do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
What has Greg actually even done this battle?
Sorry, what was that?
What have you actually done this battle, Greg?
Oh, fuck you, Bodger, wherever you are.
Just asking.
Bodger, fuck you!
There you are. He gets pulled 5 feet adjacent. He gets to, because the tentacle grabbed you, he's going to use his disappear ability to try and dispel something on you. Oh, I got a 6 and a 1, that's 7, so he can target a 7th level spell or less. What's on you at the moment? You've got aid.
Aid.
He's going to dispel aid, so your hit point maximum and current goes down by 15.
Aid was gone a long time ago.
Oh, you got rid of aid already?
Well,
Aid raises your hit point max and current to 15 hit points.
Okay.
And he's getting rid of that, so it's dropping back to what it should be.
So remove 15. Okay.
Yeah, remove 15 from your current and max. So
Yeah.
your max should have been up by 26 because of the Hero's Feast and aid.
Yeah.
He's dispelling aid. Grabbed you in the ethereal, did that thing. He's got a bonus action to slam you or skim you. He could throw you somewhere. Knowing that you would come back on this plane of existence, he's going to use the skim. He's going to throw you across the ethereal plane. You know what? I'm going to be kind and say that because you're in the ethereal plane, you're not going to take bludgeoning damage from hitting anything because it's all kind of ghostly.
Yeah.
You're not going to bludgeon, but he is going to throw you at least. Only one, so he's only going to throw you 20 feet, which is 5, 10, 15, 20. You land here, but in the ethereal plane.
Yeah.
And then I think you land prone. I'll save against it. That is the appendage before your turn. All right, now it is your joint turn. You jump, pop back to the
Can I say that I either did this at the end of the last turn when I saw the brain, or I did it just before I popped back? Can I just investigate the brain and go, is it going to have any invulnerabilities? Is it going to be like resistant or
Resistant
what have you?
something, yeah.
Make an Arcana check, yeah, when you saw it and were like, holy shit. From the
He
thing,
also
but I think it's like
he doesn't have a reaction.
he's got 30 some reactions if he wants them.
He's got bullshit. Right
Go on, Ben.
He's not gonna, yeah, he's not counterspell it. You've been
Okay,
thinking.
well they all save then.
Dexterity is their primary.
That's fucking bullshit, but whatever.
In order to ready Meteor Swarm, that requires casting it now and holding onto it,
Yep.
concentrating on it. Because you are casting it now.
Genuinely so fucking nervous.
This is your call-up notice. Behind the scenes access, voting on upcoming shows you want made, early releases, no ads. Report for duty at vivaplus.tv.